Well, let's stay with power issues, albeit not necessarily load shedding. Residents in Lenasia South, that's south of Johannesburg, have been without power now for more than 12 hours. It's understood that cables were stolen during load shedding last night. City Power is saying its team is on the ground repairing the damage. Let's just bring you the very latest on where we are on this. I'm joined on the line, always a pleasure, by Isaac Mangena from City Power. Isaac, hello to you. 12 hours, no power in this part of the province in Lenasia South. Where are we on this?
Yeah, Gareth, this is the inconvenience that we didn't want. We don't want the people of Lenasia to go through. Cables were stolen, as you rightfully pointed out, during load shedding on Friday night. The area was shared between 9 o'clock and 12 midnight. And when we tried to restore after load shedding, there was extensive damage and explosion that happened on some of the equipment because there were no protection cables that used to protect the structure. So we ended up without electricity, and several critical areas are actually without electricity, including Joburg Water Reservoir and also Daxina Hospital also including the Lenasia South and its extensions.
It's a major issue for the country, isn't it? Not only are we facing the load shedding, which obviously we can know that's going to come into place. We get a schedule. We know when the power cuts are going to come. But this stealing of copper cables and this cabling that's housing these cables that were stolen, this is an ongoing problem for you, isn't it? Almost doesn't matter what City Power does, they're going to be stolen.
Yeah, it's a very serious problem for us as City Power, in fact, as the city, because the vandalism and theft not only happens on cables, but also even other infrastructure. You'll see when you drive around the highways, you'll see those steel barricades are also vandalized and stolen and taken to the scrapyards. So with cables, it's even worse because of the copper inside most of our cables. We are running about 17,000 kilometers of cabling under and above Johannesburg. This is the distance between from here to beyond Cairo, and it's even getting difficult for us to even police each and every part of that cable. So that's why it's very important for communities to always help with information if they see any activity around our infrastructure, so that we're able to deal with it as it happens.
You guys do have a very active Twitter account, City Power. Many people use it to see what is happening in their area. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of people asking, Isaac, and this could be pie in the sky, but is there not another way except for using copper cabling? Is there something else in the pipeline that perhaps City Power can look at doing?
We are actually working to find alternatives to using copper. We are actually already rolling out the aluminium cabling. If you've seen areas where we are doing new installations of the network, we are using the ABC cables. Those are the aluminium. They are very good. They're not easy to steal, but we have also realized that in the informal settlements or even townships, they have been stolen to be used for illegal connections because they can carry electricity for a long distance. So, but with that is the alternative where we are going towards. But really, this is an inconvenience not only to the people, but also the business in Lenasia. It means for most part of this Saturday, they won't have electricity and they won't be able to operate.
Maybe time to bring out the braai. Isaac, also a question many people ask on social media as well is, help us understand what takes so long to get the power back on when these cables are stolen. Just take us through the process. People don't seem to have an understanding of what goes into it to get this power back on.
Look, with this one, it's purely because the impact is not only on City Power side, but also Eskom side. So we're working together, both teams on both sides, on fixing this. So we may finish the repairs, but Eskom side may not have finished, or vice versa. So we are dependent on each other. Because of that is an intake substation from Eskom coming into City Power's operating area. But what goes into this is basically the hard work of digging, trying to find the joints, and also trying to ensure that we are safe at all times, and we are also hoping that the weather gods are on our side, because if it rains, it means we will have to stop because of safety reasons, and come back when there's no rain. So that is kind of work that it goes in, and it's very serious, tiring work. But we've got the teams on the ground. They've already started doing the diggings and also ordering the new cables and lining it down since this morning. So that is what is going to happen. We will be doing this throughout the day and the better part of the evening, and then we're hoping that we will be finished by around midnight and restore the people with electricity.
All right. For the moment, thank you very much indeed. Very difficult situation for City Power to deal with, not only the lights going up, but then the cables getting stolen as well. So those in Lenasia South, obviously their power is off. So if you know someone in Lenasia South, you can tell them from City Power that their power should be on by midnight tonight. That's Isaac Mangena from City Power joining us here on ENCA.